However, for those who have experienced something that has completely changed their perception, who have lived with that mental cognition ever since, we can conclude that those people are enlightened. According to Buddhist concepts, it means these people already had a good cause, which has now started to come to fruition. The Most Venerable Sheng Yen continued to share his wisdom, drive. Mitchell is a scientist, but he couldn't explain his experience with scientific reasoning, couldn't prove it through experiments or logical method. You believe that this is a new knowledge that science needs to discover and study more. However, you should know that feeling is a spiritual experience within the religious category that science cannot explain. Philosophy or logic could not elucidate it either. Since it is a spiritual experience that happened to only one individual, you. That experience has completely changed your way of thinking. Since then, you've felt it's become a part of you that is inseparable. This experience is beyond the scientific category, as those who undergo it cannot describe, explain, or prove it. And no one else has had the same experience. It is an individual affinity experience. Only those who drink water can know whether it is hot or cold. In your case, only you could feel the personal harmony with the universe, integration with all. There is no longer any distinction between you and the universe. At that time, there were also other astronauts in the spacecraft, but why didn't they have the same experience as you? Why were you the only one to have that feeling? Scientifically speaking, once you feel something, everyone else must feel it too. In short, this is something that cannot be scientifically explained or proven because it is beyond the scope of science. Professor Ye continued to ask, Dr. Mitchell, did that strange experience ever happen again? When you returned to the Earth, did you still have that feeling? Dr. Mitchell replied, yes, I was still feeling and living in this boundless peace. It completely changed my conception of humans and the universe. Therefore, I sought to explain and understand it through science, logic, philosophy, and spirituality. I agree with what the Most Venerable Sheng Yen said. However, as a scientific researcher, I still want to find a way to connect science with internal experience. To open a new horizon for the knowledge that today's humanity is lacking. Professor Ye continued asking, what do you think about the current deficient scientific theories? Take the theory of cosmic formation through the Big Bang as an example. Dr. Mitchell replied, experimental science is built on theories, then proven through experiments with precise data. Although the cosmic formation through the Big Bang is accepted by the majority, no one has entirely proven it yet. Hence, it is just a hypothesis. It can explain some phenomena, but it hasn't reached the point where it can be recognized as absolute truth. In my opinion, with the progress of science today, this hypothesis may become obsolete as more evidence or data becomes available. I don't think the universe is just the result of an explosion, but rather something in motion, constantly changing. So it's tough to define clearly. Professor Ye highlighted an issue, but if we remove the Big Bang theory, then did time not really begin with the universe's creation? So, is it something without a beginning? Dr. Mitchell further explained, to me, time is just a relative measurement. Human beings propose so-called time on this earth. But nature is not divided like that. People created the notion of time and then split it into many fragments. The cycle during which the earth orbits the sun once is considered a year. Then a year has 12 months, each month has days, and the day is divided by the hour is divided by the minute is divided by the second, and so on. This division is only a limitation on Earth. If we go to Mars or Venus, we will have to change the timing accordingly. If we keep going into space, time on Earth will no longer be valid. Professor Ye turned to ask the Most Venerable Sheng Yen, Most Venerable, a space scientist and famous astronaut like Dr. Mitchell does not entirely believe in the hypothesis of the formation of all things through the Big Bang, but assumes that the universe is something ever-changing. If so, does nothing have a beginning or an end, but rather just a process of constant change? Most Venerable. Is this concept different from the Buddhist conception in the Flower Adornment Sutra, Avatamsaka?